Hi, my name is Elizabeth Carpenter, and this is the second in a series of videos about living in a nursing home. The first video helped you research and create a list for possible nursing homes. This second video is going to help you narrow down that list and determine which nursing homes you actually want to visit. So you're going to make phone calls to these nursing homes that are on your list from video 1, and you're going to ask these 3 questions. The first question is, you need to determine if you're going to be using Medicare and Medicaid. If you are, there are a lot of private pay nursing homes that won't accept this government assistance. To determine that, you need to call and ask them if they accept Medicare and Medicaid. If they're not, then you can cross them off your list immediately. Even if you are planning on going into a private pay facility, you still want to know if they accept Medicare and Medicaid, because at some point your money may run out and you want to know not just if they accept it, but how many beds they have available, because they'll only do a little number of beds as Medicare or Medicaid beds, and what their procedure is when one of their residents needs to go to these government assistance programs. You want to know all of that information up front before you even go visit a facility and fall in love with it. The second question you want to ask is, how do they staff their nurses and their STNAs, their state certified nurses assistants, who I'll just refer to as aides. The nurses and the aides are ones that work on the front line, and you'll be talking and working with them on a daily basis. So you want to know how they're supplied to the nursing home. You want the nursing home to be the employer. I have found nursing homes that use a third-party provider for their nurses and their STNAs often have less control over the education of their staff and the discipline of their staff. So you really want to make sure that you know who is the provider or the hirer for those staff. The third question that you're going to want to ask is how often there is a doctor or a physician's assistant available to you. When you go into a nursing home, a doctor will be assigned to you, but that doesn't mean that the doctor is there every day. There may be a doctor available every day, but it may not be your doctor. So you want to ask them what the procedure is for seeing a doctor. Much like now, when you're at home and you have to call and make an appointment, you'll probably have to talk to a nurse and be put on the list to be seen. What is the time that it takes to be seen from the time that you're put on the list? You want to know what their standard care is for getting you seen by a doctor or a physician's assistant. That's the other thing that you're going to have to get used to, is that you're not always going to see the doctor, but you're going to see his assistant. Seeing a physician's assistant is considered the same as seeing the doctor, as they work closely together. So you just need to know that going in, that you may not always see the doctor himself. Okay, those are my 3 quick questions that are going to narrow down your list for which nursing homes you want to go visit. The next video will talk about what questions you want to ask when you go to visit the nursing homes. And there'll be a lot. I won't go through them all, but I'll give you an idea of what kind of questions you should be asking, and more importantly, who you should be asking those questions to when you visit the nursing home. And remember, when you go into a nursing home, it doesn't mean it's the end of your life. It's just a new chapter in your life. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, you can like it or subscribe down below.